Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Day is Wednesday, July 24th, 2019. And first and foremost, I would like to issue an apology for my language in the last video that I had done. That's where my son and I and my nephew, we were just sitting out here in the yard, man, and right around the corner, we heard about 50 gunshots go off. Well, I'm going to be real, it's probably about 30, close 35, 40 gunshots. But one gunshot in a neighborhood where elderly people are just trying to sit on their porch and enjoy the summer breeze, or children and play in the street. One gunshot is too much, man. So first and foremost, I'd like to, how you doing, Miss Limpkin? Way out there in Hawaii, how you doing? I've been watching a few of your videos lately. Keep up the work. Keep up bringing that information out there. But again, I do want to apologize, because man, I was very, very angry. Man, I apologize for my language, and I promise y'all I'm going to try my best to do a little bit better with this cussing, because even though I don't consider myself a leader, I'm starting to find out that people have put that title on me. And all I'm simply is, man, I'm just a man with a bad past who's trying to change his life here in the present and maybe do something good to help the community in the future. That's all I'm trying to do. And in the process of getting out here, getting on the forefront of some issues, actually not just talking about it, being about it, for some reason people have put me in somewhat of a leadership position. And again, even though I don't accept it, you know, I mean, I'm finding it hard to accept that being in a leadership position, I must conduct myself in such a manner. So again, I do apologize for all that cussing, but I do not apologize for the message. I just have to learn, even in my anger, how to, you know, speak with a better tone. Now, I know in that video, I just simply said, man, at what point do we take control of our neighborhood, man, and get these people who are willing to put all our lives in jeopardy because they got a new gun, they want to test it out by shooting it in the air, or they got a gun and they mad at somebody and they want to go and shoot. But it's innocent people, man, being hurt in these situations. Man, we sit back and we talk a lot about the violence, but we in the black community, man, a lot of it, pretty much 90% of it is our fault. Now, keep in mind, we are aware of systematic oppression here due to systems in place like white supremacy. You know, you got a school system here that don't care nothing about your kids, about our children. You see what I'm saying? We have no economic base here as black people in Shreveport. So there are a lot of factors that can cause people to be demoralized, disillusioned and everything. But at what point do we stop making excuses to do nothing and find excuses to do something? The mayor for Shreveport, hey, my whole thing about it is this, man. We could sit back, and I think it was Councilman James Green here recently said he wants to declare a state of emergency, which is true. But guess what? Putting more police officers on the street is not going to solve the violence, man. Only thing putting more police officers on the street is going to generate more revenue for the city as a result of traffic tickets, more traffic tickets, more traffic stops, a heavy police militarized type presence in our neighborhood, which does not do anything for the moralization, of our people. You know, first and foremost, what about community policing? We as black people need to work in conjunction with the police. But first of all, we the ones that know who doing all the killing. Think about this, dang, that 3/4 of murders here in Shreveport are unsolved. When 2/3 of the people, I say at least, I ain't gonna say 2/3, I go and say maybe 5/5 of the people in Shreveport know who's doing the killing, man. We know who's doing the killing, but we won't say nothing. So we would rather hide these killers out in our neighborhoods and then expect the police to come and get them. How can they get them when we hide them? Now again, on the police behalf, ain't nobody gonna tell the police nothing, fearing that they gonna get killed for saying something. So it's a two-way street. But really the solution, man, starts with us taking control of our neighborhoods, man. Look, again, man, I mean, this might sound crazy to a lot of you righteous people, but man, I got too many things on my plate right now to worry about somebody out here in these streets hustling, man, to take care of their family. Hey, people gonna make a living whatever kind of way they got to. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find job, people gonna sell drugs. You know, I ain't knocking nobody for getting out here, man, you know what I'm saying, making that money. But it's these people, man, with this indiscriminate shooting. These people, man, that's doing all this killing. The people who are keeping it gangster because they from Ratchet City who are hiding all the killers. As long as we keep hiding the killers out, guess what? They're getting more and more bolder. 2/3, I would just be real. I'm willing to say there's only a few people that's doing a lot of the perpetual killing. Now keep in mind, we've had a lot of domestic cases that turned into murders. You know, you have to look at the mental stability of a lot of these people. And we as black folks, another issue we got to start talking about is mental illness. Because I'm going to just be real. You have to be mentally ill to just shoot off 30 rounds, man, in a neighborhood where there's children playing and there's elderly people trying to enjoy themselves. Use that money that they're trying to go in and pay the police. Hold on, I'm going to see Michael Stanfield say, the Institute program. Yeah, to deal with mental health issues, Mike, that's what I'm really saying. We as black people, man, we do not really like to talk about mental illness. But again, you got to be mentally ill to be running around here in these neighborhoods, man, shooting at people. Don't no same person, man, shoot at somebody, you know, or just get a new gun and want to test it out and drive through a neighborhood that's inhabited by hundreds of people and just start shooting in the air. Mentally stable people don't do that. So we as black people do need to start talking about mental illness a whole lot more, because we have a lot of mentally ill people who are not properly diagnosed, because we won't go to see doctors because there's a stigma to that. If you mentally ill, we first thing we gonna say, that nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just have mental issues, man. You know what I'm saying? That we as black folks, a lot of time we medicate our issues, our mental illness, with marijuana and alcohol and other drugs, as opposed to getting properly diagnosed. So we have to address that issue. There's a lot of issues we have to address, but the first and foremost thing we can do is, if you don't want to see a bunch of police in your neighborhood walking around dressed like they in the military somewhere over there in Iran or Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere, then we need to start policing our own community, man. You mean to tell me one person with a gun can hold a neighborhood of 500 people, and most of them people got guns protecting their homes? Why don't all them people come together? And if you know little JoJo, the one who did that shooting the other night, or if you know JoJo is the one that breaking his people's house, now I'll be real, I say I don't mind what people do it for a hustling, but breaking in people's houses and shit, stuff like that, man, that's another thing we can't do, man. People out here working hard for their stuff, man, to allow somebody to just, you know what I'm saying, who might have a drug problem or who just too lazy to get up and find work, to wait till they go to work and then enter their home and take their stuff. Stuff like that, we as a community got to start policing that stuff. Murders and burglaries. You know what I'm saying? We got to start policing that stuff out of our neighborhood. If we know little JoJo did it, all it takes is 50 of those people who are responsible registered gun owners to go to JoJo and say, look, you got to go, partner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like with that dude a couple of years back, robbed and raped that old lady. I forget, I think they were somewhere on the East Coast. And the Nation of Islam basically told that boy, you better pray the police find you before we do. That's the attitude, man, we need to start having in our community. We can be the ones to solve these murders, because it's obvious that the police, they need help. You know, man, 3/4 of your murders here are unsolved. You know why? Because we are allowing the killers to roam free. And every time they kill somebody, shoot somebody, or just get away with shooting in the air, guess what? They get more and more emboldened. They get more and more confident, because now they know, I got this whole block, this my hood. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. I'm King Kong in this mud. That's the attitude they get, because we sit back and let them get away with it. So first and foremost, to Councilman Green and to the other city councilmen, the mayor, I'm willing to do what I am able to do to help organize a safe and effective community policing type of situation. Think about it. Well, if you got, just say like over here, I'm at my brother's house right now, but you know, for every block, have 10 people that's willing to maybe walk the streets, you know what I'm saying, for about 5-6 hours for about 2 or 3 hours every evening. You know, you could do it in shifts. But that in itself will let the killers and the people who will bring all this death, destruction, and chaos into our neighborhood, they will let them know, man, these people are serious now, man. Just the presence of people walking their community, policing their community, watching out for each other. Guess what that does to a criminal? You're talking to somebody now who should be a criminal. Criminal. I think criminals do not like attention. So if you walking, just taking the time to walk up your block, you might walk for 10 minutes, and then walking is good exercise. Although without my truck, I hate walking. Walking is very overrated when you try to walk to find a job or something. But yeah, you got get a group of people and do it in shifts. Some people do it this night, some people do it, but every day. Start walking your neighborhoods in force. You know what I'm saying? To let the people that would do all this death, damage, destruction, and chaos know we want our neighborhoods to be safe. And anybody that's counterproductive to that cause, you got to go. Man, it ain't nothing wrong with protecting your neighborhood, man. That is not snitching. But as long as you continue to let these people, man, run around here with automatic weapons, hold you hostage in your house. Come on, man, have y'all paying anywhere from $60,000 to $300,000 for some of these homes, and you mean to tell me you can't go outside in your own community because Negroes are around here shooting? That is crazy, man. Street patrols, exactly, man. It don't take nothing. I know right here in this 5-6 block area, there's probably about 300 people. Well, I guess what? All it takes is 25 people. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go with a better number. Say 28 people. That way, 4 to 5, let's say 4 people a night can walk that block. You might not know that you making a difference, but you'll notice now when you start seeing your kids able to come out and play, your mothers and fathers, like grandfathers and grandmothers, able to sit out on the porch. Because again, criminals don't like that attention, man. And if they know these people here are serious about their neighborhood, guess what? They gonna go set up shop somewhere else. So again, I don't apologize for my message, just the language that I use to bring it out. But we don't need no more police in our neighborhood, man. Police in our neighborhood. Think about it. When the police come into our neighborhood, most times they either already are scared or they got an itchy trigger finger. Now you got city council members, you know what I'm saying, who tell us to pray our problem. Well, there's another thing I want to apologize. In that video, I said in my anger, I said some harsh things about God that really was angry when I said it, but I do mean it. First and foremost, another thing. Three groups of people that ain't gonna help us with this. That's God, politicians, and the police. First of all, the police have a vested interest in us going to jail, back and forth to jail. Cause how you think they keep CCC open? How you think they keep funding that city jail? How you think they keep making money off state inmates over in Bossier? They have a vested interest in us keep acting a fool. You see what I'm saying? But when I talk about, I'm saying God is not going to help us. First of all, I believe in a creator, the true creator. I just don't believe in organized religion. I just don't believe that you got 30,000 religions. All of them got different God, but the one thing they got in common, if you don't believe the God that they tell you about, you're going to hell. Well, me, for as a black man here in America, it's hard for me to believe in heaven because I got to die in order to see it. But I can believe in hell every day because we're sitting down here in it right now. And that same God that was given to us by those people who bought us here as slaves, who tell us to obey your master, and when your master punch you in your jaw, turn the other cheek. That's the God we waiting on to help us, man. Come on, man. He the one who helped put us here in this situation. He the one who still sit up in heaven, man, in the so-called heaven, watching us die by the sword. You know what I'm saying? So when I said that, man, I said it in anger, and I know I didn't put it intelligently, but basically what I'm saying is even if your God is real, he's not finna come out of heaven, man, and come down here when he gives you power, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know what it takes to change your neighborhood. Just think about this. I'm gonna end this video. Can you imagine Jesus sitting up in heaven right now? I mean, he went through all that he went through, even suffered death on the cross. Now here God said, okay, son, I need you to go back down there, you know what I'm saying, over in Queensboro and Motown, man, 'cause it's getting crazy. I can see Jesus now saying, come on, Pops, you think I'm finna leave these streets of gold and these pearly gates, man, and everybody singing and praising me to go down there and one of them Negroes shoot me? Man, these Negroes will shoot Jesus right about now because we have lost that culture. And the way we get that culture back is get back out into our neighborhood. You know, street patrols, citizen street patrols. And I would like to extend a hand to all those city council members, the parish commission leaders, and the mayor to find out what we can do until we can get a citizen review board. That's dealing with after the police and shot somebody or did something wrong. Let's start getting together and patrolling our neighborhoods so maybe the police don't have to come into our neighborhoods and shoot nobody no more. Hey, y'all be blessed.